Thank you.
And you've been associated with the franchise for a long time. So,
Yeah.
firstly, same thing I just asked with Jerry. What pride you take in the fact that you did spend your whole career with one franchise with one club in a time that there's so much movement now in this generation?
Yeah, I'm really, really proud. You know, as you say, it doesn't happen often, but the kind of relationship I've been able to build up with the football club, the fans, over the period of time is something that I value very much. So yeah, it's just I'm able to even though I'm way past my playing days, still able to have such a great relationship with the club and the fans, wherever I go, and that's important to me. Even travelling around the world, people know me from my time at Tottenham, and it's something that, as I say, I do value a lot.
Yeah. And obviously, we were here. It was a panel. A lot of kids that
Yeah.
have bright dreams and aspirations, and many of them probably want to dream of having a career like yours. But your career was cut short due to injury. What do you think? What's kind of your advice for these kids that maybe their dream is the Premier League and they might not get there in terms of you being able to reinvent yourself and find a purpose outside of just whatever you're doing in the moment?
Yeah, yeah. It's a good question because a lot of footballers they retire, at a fairly early age in terms of your lifespan, and you go through that purpose that cycle of trying to find something else that you love doing, and for many it can be quite tough. I was lucky that when I retired I was offered a new role as an ambassador, and that kind of gave me a new kind of lease of life. Trying to do that to the best of my ability now, but also I was able to learn a lot along the journey. Some things that I never ever thought about when I was playing football, but now there's a different type of responsibility on me, and I think that's been important for my growth. So yeah, for any young people, just making sure that school and education is key. It's important, making sure that you're trying to do as well as possible in school. Back in the day, it felt like you had to almost choose one. When you don't, you can do both. You can, invest your time away from school and trying to develop and try to be the best at whatever whatever discipline you want. But at school time is school time, and it's time to work. So just making sure you give yourself both opportunities. Is key really, and not putting all your eggs into one basket. Yeah, listen, it's tough to say that because I know how much and how hard you have to work
Takes
at
a
a
lot of
discipline
dedication, yeah.
to do one thing, and it's important to have that belief that you can do it, which makes the balance very, very difficult. But as I say, staying in school at the same time and making sure that you give yourself the best grades possible is a good comforting blanket if the football dreams or sporting dreams don't come, or whatever it is that you enjoy doing. But there's also times where you can find something within that craft of something that you enjoyed. Whether if it was football, maybe you love playing, but now maybe I love coaching. Maybe I love teaching other people. Maybe maybe I like editing, kind of, and putting together clips. And there's so many different roles within a football club to make it work. So that's what I'd advise. Just if it's something you love, just try to stick around that situation and find another role within it.
Yeah, and we're here at an NFL event, partnership event. I'm not sure how kind of tapped in you were to that in your playing career with American football
Yeah,
and
yeah.
how much of a presence there was here, but what future do you see and potential do you see with the NFL within the UK and just globally in
Yeah,
general?
yeah. I think that the access is much better on TV, on Sky now. We're able to watch it, and I think that has a big influence. But also, the partnership that we have it's been huge. It's had a kind of huge impact. Allowed people from all over the world, and especially Europe, to come over and see NFL played at the highest level over here. But I think the most important thing is for kids, young people, to see that maybe this is something that they could do. You know, that was something that we never thought about in England. Now, you know, young kids can actually dream of being an NFL player. And what I love about it is you have so many different, you know, different body shapes, different sizes. You know, whether you're tall, whether you're short, whether you're fast, whether you're not. There's a position and a role that maybe you can identify with someone and say, you know what, maybe I can do that. And that's an important message.